Hello, Rodney. Good to meet you. How are you? Suddenly my head, it's so clear. Well, you died. Your brain and immune system have been upgraded. Your memories are intact. Well, since I'm dead, I didn't think I would be here wherever I am, but am I in heaven or hell? It turns out you were right about a lot of things. I guess I was wrong about God? No, you weren't wrong about that. There is no God? That's right. Then where the hell am I? Not a good choice of words, Rodney. Wait a minute. So there really is no God? None at all. Well, then how are we here? I don't know. You don't know? Like I said, I don't know. Okay, then who are you? I'm actually your spiritual self. I don't have a British accent, or a bad British accent. But basically you were right about string theory. That was correct. So even though there is no God, there is life after death? Yes, well, maybe, I guess. Well, what do you mean you guess? Well, of course, this may be a dream. No, this seems very real, not like my dreams at all. This feels real. Then maybe it is. Okay, I got a lot of questions. Go ahead. So first, where are we? Well, this is kind of a step up from your universe, isn't it? And how does it work? Well, it's a bit like a two-way mirror. We can see through, but you cannot see. It's opaque on your side. You can never see us, but we can see you. Now, we cannot communicate with you in any way. Obviously, we can see you, so theoretically, you could communicate with us. We can also hear you. So let me see if I've got this. You guys just watch us all day long. No, we have our own lives here. Not all of us want to watch you and help you make your transition. But many of us volunteer, like I did. I feel sorry for a friend of mine. He volunteered to watch this chap named Adolf. So where's Hitler? Well, when he first got here, as is the case with all murderers, he was given the option of going and living among his victims. Not quite a good option. Or choosing to live in the beautiful garden. And guess which one he picked? There are no restraints in the garden, but we mark people that are supposed to stay in their gardens, and everyone else sort of ushers them back to the garden if they stray. Sometimes in not too gentle ways. Many who are stuck in their gardens choose to terminate permanently. That's their choice. And Joseph Stalin is still around, tending his garden, although not doing a very good job, I must say. You see, each person is responsible for the appearance and overall upkeep of his own garden. And many of these miscreants end up not taking very good care of their gardens, in which case they sort of end up barren and thorny. And then they usually give up and off themselves. Well, it sounds like it could easily get boring. Boring? You don't have time to be bored, sir. Think of this as a step into the future, a way to look at how your Earth would have progressed in the next 10,000 years. I've got a good question for you. How are the Christians handling all this? Well, it's quite a shock to them. Some of them don't want to let go of their previous thoughts. Sometimes it depends on whether or not they went slowly or suddenly. The ones that came here suddenly need a lot of convincing that this is the next step, so to speak. And letting go of Jesus, let's just put it this way. We often dress up for those that just got here. We dress up like Jesus, or their favorite saint if they're a Catholic. That way they have a smoother transition. Gradually we let them in on the truth. No shit. Really? Most of them finally make the transition. You'd be surprised how convincing it is when you find you're in a place where you no longer have to work. that makes quite an influence on people. Now, how exactly does this work if nobody has a job? You know, once you get rid of wealth and jails, there's and jobs, of course, there's pretty much no reason to steal anymore. There's no stratified level of haves and have-nots. Society becomes much more stable, shall we say. And this whole idiocy of jails, oh my, you earthlings have to get over your penchant for punishing people. We don't do that here. We try to re-educate people in the kindest possible way. You know, you're virtually immortal here, although you can die. People still die of accidents. Sometimes they are not repairable, and they go on. I don't know where. Maybe there's another portal they go through. Maybe they're permanently dead. We don't know. We just know that they go on. If there's another universe looking at us, that too is opaque. We can't see through that curtain. We can only see down to your curtain. See how that works? Think of this as a parallel universe, very much like your own, only we got rid of stupidity, which pretty much takes care of most of the shit that you deal with. So how long do people live? Most people live a few thousand years before they become bored, as you say, and then they move on. There's usually a wonderful ceremony. It's the biggest party you ever thought of. And sometimes after the party, they chicken out and stay. Is there any sex? Sex, yes, of course, there's sex here. It's a delightful part of living. However, it's pretty much recreational here. There's no children. It's hard to explain other than the fact that children are always arriving here from other worlds. So overpopulating here is just not an option. In order to have a child, you have a permit issued. That's how it works here. So there are no abortions here, none of that. And remember, since sex is recreational here, there are very few obstacles. One might decide to be married, for example, and stick to those the vows of what is it, mono. What do you call that? Only one sexual partner. You can do that if you wish. There are some women and men who like to stick to one person. There is no jealousy here, very little. It's funny how women learn from women and men learn from men, and once they're in a more enlightened society, they tend to realize that all of this furor over sexual exclusivity just simply goes away, and people can use it for what is intended, which is recreational. Well, I hate to cut this short, as they say, but it seems we're out of time, Rodney. I've prepped you as best I can. Now we'll begin your journey, so to speak. I know you're going to be excited.